Jacobs drifted in and settled down into his favorite chair. He let his mind wander for a while.
Andy Jacobs and Johnny Vaughan in for Paul Hawksby on talkSPORT.
That cough heralds the start of the power hour.
The power
It means we've hit the middle of the bat, the sweet spot, right here on talkSPORT.
Ain't no love in the heart of the city. Ain't no love in the heart of town. Ain't no love, sure no feels of pity, babe.
Yeah, you were saying you spoke to Quinny.
Yeah.
What about my appearance on Hawksby and Jacobs earlier in the week?
He said, see, I've missed it because I've been off land.
Yeah, well, Kevin Day pointed out at the start of the show. Kevin Day, the comedian, was on.
Yeah, yeah, he's great.
I didn't realise what Andy's. I didn't realise he's more random than I am.
Who is?
Andy.
Andy is.
Sorry, Jacobs is.
Was it Vaughan and Jacobs?
Yeah, Andy Jacobs, and that's his name. And it was just a bit. No, as Kevin Day pointed out at the start, he refers to whoever's hosting with Andy as being his carer. And no, the trouble is
his carer.
Yeah, Andy's carer. Is that both of us are quite random? It turns out.
Was it a jungle of tangents?
It really was a jungle of tangents. Yeah, and quite a tricky one. Quite a tricky one. What did Quinny say? It certainly wasn't the most popular show of the week, let's just put it that way. A couple of complaints in there. No, I think he just wanted me to shut up a lot.
Can't imagine why.
I sensed that, by the way, he was literally hitting his head on the desk while I was speaking.
And saying shut up a lot.
And saying shut up. And,
was it?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, and
Shut up.
And really, at one point he looked...
You're both Chelsea fans.
I know, exactly, there you go. And, but at one point he looked me in the eyes while I was making a point about Neymar. And
Neymar sounds more like a soul singer than a footballer.
Yeah, Neymar.
Neymar should be in Shalimar.
What, like
the new album by Neymar.
Like Debarge.
Yeah, Closer by Neymar.
No, he should. He's not a football player. No, Neymar.
A whole bowl of soul.
It
Neymar.
doesn't sound like Worthington, does it?
No. Anyway, at one point we were talking about Neymar, and he looked at me, and I described the look in his eyes as haunted. Literally.
Hunted.
He had haunted eyes.
Bathing in
like
regret.
He was looking at a ghost. He was bathing in regret, James. Mind you, I was making quite a valid point about Neymar. I just noticed at the end of the game that Neymar, this is my observation, at the end of the Champions League final, he was wearing a headband on that said 100% Jesus. And I thought to myself, it's quite a culturalist thing, which is a word I rarely use or make up.
The South American players often cross
In the
themselves.
90s,
I was just going to say, but
yeah.
we think, it's fine, he's South American, hey, that's cool. If Jack Wilshere did it, we'd think, what the hell is going on?
He'd be hauled over the coals.
We'd think, what the hell is going on here? He shouldn't do that, he's English. English people don't do that. They must know that. And
By the way, I can't stand the way Wilshere's been reprimanded by his club and... the FA.
Well, if Joe Hart
for
did it,
identifying with his fans.
Yeah, I know you shouldn't do that. You meant to be just a professional who's just there for money. You meant to be just there for money. But my point was, James, I don't know. You've been following music for a long time. This was the point I made that I think Jacobs maybe didn't agree with. I don't know. But my point was that there is a certain. It's not a racist conceit, but if you imagine, if you've got an American Music Awards, right, and say an R&B artist goes up, and they can accept the award, and they go, we'd like to thank Jesus, and thank God for giving us the talents. If Bono can go up there and go, we'd like to thank Jesus and God for giving us the strength. But if Chris Martin from Coldplay said, we'd like to thank Jesus, we'll accept it from Americans.
Whenever
an
American golfer wins the Masters, they always say, "I'd like to thank God for winning the Masters," which is a bit strange because they're trying to be humble, but they're saying that God decided that the other players weren't going to win.
No, I was just going to say, people from the south can sort of say, yeah, well, God favoured them more.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, but I'd like to thank God for favouring
It's not very humble.
For favouring me over every other person.
No, you've misread that.
What?
God is a brilliant golfer.
Yeah.
Well, he can do anything.
No. How many golf balls do you see falling out of clouds?
You don't.
Very, very
you
good
don't
point.
see them.
He gets them on every time.
He does. Hole in one.
When it was a when it was a thunderstorm once on a golf course, I think Lee Trevino held up his 1-iron and said, not even God can hit, not even God can hit a 1-iron. Because it's obviously the hardest club in the bag, and apart from him, he reckoned that God
he can manage it.
Yeah, that was the Merry Mex's comment.
This will be a good point to announce the warm-up invitational summer golf tournament that we're running.
Are we going to run one?
It's £100 each to join and play golf with the three of us.
Nice.
On a course of your choice.
And it's a par 400.
We will be bringing our own cues.
Yeah. Anyway, my point was about these about the the kind of religion in sport. Is it we would consider? I remember when Gavin Peacock at Chelsea, we heard everyone's going
who is now a preacher.
Yeah, I know, but at the time it was like him and Glenn Hoddle like pray together before games. And I'm not bashing Christians.
I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, it is a good thing, but I remember it was viewed with suspicion. The fact that Glenn gets his guitar out and they sing along, and everyone was like, he's a Christian.
How many fans?
Was like, what?
How many fans? How many fans do you think are praying by the end of full time?
Well, that's it.
Well, who
praying for something in extra time?
Yeah.
Glenn and Gavin were just getting it in earlier.
Anyway, and Andy. Anyway, the point is that Quinn is making is that there's Andy and I. It wasn't.
I'd like to see more faith in football.
Would you? Would you?
Yeah,
would
you like people to believe in football more, or you'd like people in football to have more faith in God?
I would like to see big flags of all the different spiritual leaders. Just flapping above the grounds
and chants and songs.
Because then it would enhance the power of the fans. If they could all believe, maybe each club instead of a mascot could have a spiritual leader walking around before
a shaman.
Okay,
and that fellow the Beatles got involved with.
Yeah, well, the Vaughan or
the guru.
Yeah. No, but what would you like?
Vaughan.
Would you like to see when someone scores a goal, they pull up this shirt and they got a T-shirt on that's got a slogan on. Would you like if a player brings someone down in a horrible challenge, he pulls up his shirt, he's just got the Dalai Lama.
Yeah.
Yes. Don't worry about me.
Yeah.
Okay, listen, it's 11:13. We've got very good, very bad coming up. Thanks for bringing up the subject of the Andy Jacobs show, though, James. It's something I've been trying to sort of.
I wasn't sure what happened. Quinny just was going.
Oh, no, well, I'm almost in therapy about it. Okay, listen, it's 11:13. We're back in a second. Cracking form today, James.
Thank God.
Thank you very much. I'd like to thank. Yeah, all right. Thank you very much, Gav.
Thank you.
Thank you very much also to Andy Jacobs for giving me a lesson in radio and showing me up for the shambling showing me up as being one. He's such a pro. Him and Hawksby. Never again. Anyway, thank you very much to you for listening.
Ain't no love in the heart of the city. Ain't no love in the heart of town.